Doesn't have to be just about Tell 'em Steve Dave, anything you want to know with the reason. Yes. You want to help me moderate? You want to be my moderator? Come on. I'm not supposed to sit on my lap.
What kind of show is this?
There's your mic. Good job pointing people out who want to ask questions. Go ahead, don't stare at me.
All right, so you mentioned when you started Tell 'em Steve Dave that you had this one foot on the chair and the other hand on the rope. Now that you when you see giant rooms like this with people that are like big fans, do you really feel that validation of all the work that you put into the podcast?
You have a problem with death perception. Not a giant room. So when I see all you people here, you've never been depressed, have you?
No, yes.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
So then you gotta know, yeah. It's like one day, it could be fine. The next day, not so much, you know? That is really the reason, though, that I sort of started the show, because of, you know, sometimes if you ever had, like, serious depression, not the blues, not, you know, melancholy or whatever, it just, you know, it's like somebody feels like comfort, like soaked in it. Just like everything's an effort. And people like Flanagan, my co-host, they don't understand there is no snapping out of it. There is no, you know, just put your mind to it. Like logically, you can sit there and realize that things aren't as bad as you think they are, or eventually change. But it's like it's in that moment. It's in that moment. It's tough. You know, it's really tough, if not impossible, to shake off. And so a room full of people, well, nice, is not really as. It doesn't have the impact that like we get a lot of email and people come up to me, and the whole thing started when we did Smodcast with Kev a couple of years ago. Dr. Smith and the Medicine Show, I think it was.
Yeah.
And we talked about depression, and people would come up to me and they say, you know, I feel the way you feel, and I haven't been able to really truly explain it to my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my parents, my family, whatever. So, you know, I played in that show so that they can sort of see where I'm coming from. And that's actually kind of made more of a difference to me than anything else, is that people realize that they're not the only one, hardly, not even the only one in this room, you know? So to me, that's been one of the more significant things that has come of the show, is that, you know, sort of, I was talking to somebody yesterday, I think he said their girlfriend was 20 or 22 and died of leukemia, which is, at any age, which sucks, but at 22 when you're not expecting something like that, it's sort of rare. And then to hear him say, like, everything sucked and nothing could really be motivated, but you guys, you know, with your show sort of helped me get through it. It's, you know, it's the reason I feel like even if I wanted to, I couldn't stop. Because it happens so frequently that, like, I would feel like I'm letting people down. And I'm practiced at that. I'm good at letting people down. I've done it ever since I was born, so. It should just be second nature, but for whatever reason, it feels a little bit different. Yeah.
Your show just helps, like when I have a really crappy week, like it really does help put a good end to it. Thank you for that.
Yeah, oh, no worries.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I wanted to know, in the show, Comic Book Men...
Are you a juggalo, or are you trying to be...
It's an honor. It's an honor getting that.
All right, yeah, I was trying to toss. I thought you were divine. I was hoping it was a dog crap.
Can you turn on the volume for the back, please?
The volume for the back? Is that better if I get closer? No? You're the worst moderator. Terrible. I look at someone like Ming and I'm like, you don't really seem like a real human being to me. It's like, how is anybody that happy and peppy and energetic and good natured?
Yes. Yes. Next. Yes, ma'am.
So Randall is a character based on you. Did a part of you ever want to play your own character?
No, not really. I don't like to be on the screen for obvious reasons. Jeff did such a great job at it,
Yes.
you know? Honestly, and again, like, I forgot my father, I hope Alan doesn't hear this, but like, Jeff wasn't even an actor, and I thought Jeff was better than Brian. Is just so natural, you know, and snarky and sarcastic. And when we shot Vulgar, we went through a whole bunch of different people for the role that I played, because I didn't really want to be on the screen. And it was Kevin who said, just do it. He was like, you're going through too many people, why don't you just be this character? Which is really not that much like me in the movie. But I would much prefer to let somebody else do it and be able to watch it and enjoy it rather than, like if I was Randall in Clerks, I would have ruined it. Nobody would be here.
Yes, sir.
Before the movies, before the podcast, was there anything that you wanted to, you were aspiring to be, like career-wise, or just, some fantasy you wanted to be in? Anything like that?
Before Kevin did anything?
Yeah, before all that. Before you even thought of being in a movie.
Okay.
Was something like you aspired to be?
So before any of this happened, what did I aspire to be? For a while, I really wanted to be a rock star. Not really a rock star, but like in a band. And I played guitar for quite a while and got into, this is really kind of shitty with my roommate, but I was, Kevin and I used to go to community college together. Took like acting class and a couple creative writing classes and criminal justice class. And like a real hodgepodge, hopefully of nonsense. And we decided we were going to go to University of Massachusetts together. I can't remember why we decided on that school, but we applied, no, I applied. He told me he applied. He never actually applied. I got in, and of course he didn't, since he didn't apply. I went for one semester, and one of the main reasons I quit was because I missed Kevin Walton. I just wanted to come back to town and hang out with them. But while I was there, I applied to Montclair State to do a music program. And you can't apply to the music program as like a wannabe rocker. So I practiced classical guitar for about 6 months and went in, did the audition, and passed the audition. I had to play piano too. And so I did that, and I got into the program, but I didn't know it because the acceptance letter went to my address in Massachusetts. And my roommate at the time, who was mad that I had shorted him $20 on an electric bill, decided to throw away the acceptance letter.
Man.
I know, $20. And I didn't know I even owed him the $20. I would have sent it, but I guess he thought I was ignoring my obligations. So I never actually went to the program. But, it didn't really matter, because it sort of worked out, I guess. But aside from being a rocker, I wanted to be a writer.
Yeah,
Andy Garcia? What did he steal?
you look.
Oh, Jerry Garcia. Come on. I didn't even talk about public enemy around UFC. Come on. I'm from Jersey, I'm 1%. We can talk about that.
To yourself, if you didn't have the ties there, moving out to the West Coast with Kevin, or just moving anywhere else in the country, is Jersey keeping you in Jersey, or is it just the ties that are keeping you in Jersey?
Yeah, it's the ties. I don't particularly care for Jersey that much. It's not like I love it. Like I lived in LA for a couple of years, and that sucks too. And there are places I've been that I would like to live, but right now it's the podcast that I couldn't just. We we do Tom Steve Dave there, so I wouldn't want to leave for that, but mostly my niece. I mean, until she turns 18, I can legally say, fuck your mother, let's go. Yeah, I would stay there, or I just couldn't possibly move away from her. Now, you're really the last one, because you've been patient, you're waiting. You have a question? Yes, I'll be your best friend. Yeah, I'll show you right after this. Sure. That's it, that's right.
Yeah.
What a moderator.